Hey guys, it is Tuck Boy here, and welcome back to another video where today I will be reviewing Stranger Things Season 3. Before we get into the review, this review will start out as a non-spoiler review, and then it will get into that. And I will tell you when I'm getting into spoilers. So, be warned, and please watch this show without seeing the spoilers, because it will be so much better. And if you haven't seen the show at all, including Season 1 and 2, definitely do not listen to these spoilers. Don't listen to any spoilers. Watch the show. I highly recommend this show. Now, with that said, this season didn't really do. I'm kidding. I love this season. This, to me, I think is the best season by far. Stranger Things Season 3 pulls your heartstrings, and you are excited every second, every scene. It is just amazing. While the first few episodes were a bit slow, by episode 4, it sped up a lot and got right into the action, and you were gripped in, pulled in, and it was phenomenal. And I'm sorry if I say phenomenal a lot, because this season is phenomenal. But with the first few episodes, it didn't bother me that much. I wasn't really thinking about that it was going that slow. But then I was like, well, we're kind of just getting this stuff going on. But it's understandable. I mean, they needed to set it up. And I think even with those episodes, it wasn't boring. I enjoyed it, and I was excited for it. And I'm glad that it went with it. And I'm even rewatching it again right now. And for me, I finished this season on the day of. I finished it on the 4th of July. That's how I spent my 4th of July, was binge watching this. 8 hours of that day was me binge watching Stranger Things. It was amazing. It was so fun. And I don't know if I would recommend doing it all in one sitting, but it depends on what your preference is. But I did it in one sitting. The music for this season is amazing. It just pulls you into the show. And I know I've said that a lot, but it really makes you feel like you are in the scene. And it really gets you terrified. And this show just pulls you in so well, and how it transitions is amazing. They have so many different transition shots, and I was like, wow, that's a really cool transition. I like how they did that. Oh shoot, wow, that was really cool. And there was amazing shots. I think it's much more, I'm not saying the other seasons didn't have great cinematography. I think they did, but this one, I feel like with its transitions and with its different shots, I think it bumped up a huge level. I like what they did with the mall, and I loved the new characters. Robin was amazing. She's might be one of my favorite characters now, especially Erica. Oh my goodness, she was hilarious. I basically laughed every time she was on screen. It was amazing. And what they did with these new characters was very smart, because there's a chance that with new characters they could be annoying. Well, I guess Erica's not new, but getting her a big lead, it does cause a chance of just like, because you don't really, or you're not very connected with these characters. But by the end of the season, I was connected with all of them. And the Duffers, once again, succeeded greatly. And what they did, I don't want to get into spoilers right now, but how they just executed it was amazing. And that's all I can really say for the non-spoiler part. Go check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. And if for those that are not going into the spoiler thing, well, I think most of you who have already seen Stranger Things 3. So for those who have not, because please do not watch this part, I would rate this season a 9.7. Now I am getting into spoilers, so yeah, I'm gonna get into spoilers. So those who have not seen it, please skip this part. Come back later if you even want to. I know I'm not the best at reviewing movies, but it's what I love to do. I love movies, and I love to review them. Now, spoilers. You have been warned. 3, 2, 1. Alexei? Oh my goodness. He was he's one of my favorite characters of all time. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, he's gonna be the bad guy. Like, he's the evil dude and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna do something bad when they found him in there. But nope, he becomes so charming and so funny. And then by the end, you feel a lot for her character that you were really just introduced into. Because he wasn't there for the whole, well, he was there for the whole season, but he wasn't really a bigger part for the whole season until about either episode 4 or 5. I could be completely wrong with that. And then how he loved Looney Tunes, and then the Terminator dude just goes up and shoots him. That was more sad to me than Billy's death. Now, I loved what they did with Billy. So I was watching this with a few other people, and one of them said that they were scared that Billy was going to be another Steve, where he becomes a really good person and really cool guy. That didn't scare me that much, but that's very understandable. But I like what they did with Billy. They showed when 11 put the blindfold on, and you could see his backstory, and you really felt more for him. And with season 2, I did feel for him in that one scene when his dad slapped him and beat him up and stuff, because he realized that he gets all of this horribleness from his father. But and how he sacrificed himself for 11 at the end, I thought was really good. Speaking of 11, I really, really like what they did with her this season. I think I love the Max and 11 friendship. I think that made it 100 times better. And with 11, I really liked how, because it feels like that, oh, she's the most powerful character. She can destroy all the monsters and everything. And even though she had limits in the last season, this one she had even more limits, because by the end of the season she lost her powers. And I thought that was really, really good, because they didn't show that, oh, she's unstoppable. They're like, no, she can be beaten, and she was beaten a lot. And she got that monster thing crawling in her leg at the This season was so gory. Very, very, very gory. And it's more, I would say it's darker than the last seasons. And it reminded me a lot of Invasions of the Body Snatchers, with the people being taken over and becoming flayed and stuff. And I guess by the trailers that Billy would be taken as the new host, which I think a lot of people did. And I just thought this was amazing. Also, I forgot to mention that I really did like the scene with Dustin and Susie, how they were singing The Neverending Story. I actually really like that, because Gaten Matarazzo, who plays Dustin, Sadie Sink, who plays Max, and Caleb McLaughlin, who plays Lucas, are all on Broadway, or were all on Broadway. So if you want to learn more about that, then just search it up. But I actually really like that scene, and I'm glad they did it. I also really like the characters' reactions in the background, especially Joyce's. I love the father-daughter relationship with Hopper. I know that isn't much, because it wasn't much in the season, but what they did with him, saying 3 inches of the door, he was such a dad, and not in a bad way. It's just, that was awesome. Now, Mama Steve, I loved him so much, and his relationship with Dustin, so good this season. So, their relationship in the last season was great. This one was so much better. I connected with it more. And what I noticed that the tone was a bit different for the first 2 episodes. It was much more bright colors and much more, it was dark and creepy and stuff, but I felt like the color scheme was a bit different, and it was a bit more happy to say. And it wasn't happy, it was dark, but just, it felt more gritty in the past 2 seasons. And if you even care about my rankings, I would rate this one first, season 1 second, this is my favorite, then season 1 is my second favorite, and then season 2 is my least favorite. I loved all of the seasons. Season 2 used to be my favorite, but then thinking about it, season 1 I like better. And some of it could be because of the Lost Sister episode in season 2. If you would like to see my reviews on season 1 or season 2, just put it down in the comments below. But this season they did so many good things with the relationships. With Hopper's death, I was very, very hit by that. I'm a kid that cries during movies, not like of fear, but of sadness and stuff. And when Elle was reading the note from Hopper, that made me cry so hard. Like, I wept. That was so sweet. And what they did with that was amazing. And I don't think Hopper's dead. I know that a lot of people don't think he's dead, because in the end credit scene with the Russians, they were like, no, not the American. And I think that's Hopper. And I think a lot of people think that too. And yeah. But that's still, even though because I was after, I thought he actually died until the post-credit scene. So that hit me really hard. And when Erica was in the Russian base, she said, hey, how tall did you say the Demogorgon was? And then later you actually see the Demogorgon. I thought that was a Demodog at first coming out. Now with this monster, it didn't scare me that much, because these kinds of monsters, they don't like terrify me that much, but what it was made of was just disgusting if you think about it. It's made of rotten human flesh. This was so gory this season. And I really like what they did with Jonathan and Nancy. I thought that was really good. And them trying to become reporters. I really like their storyline. And I do think that with Will, they didn't really do much with him this season. And I don't think he should have been the focus, because he needed a break because of all the stuff he's been through for the past 2 seasons. But they didn't really do much with this character, except for like that one scene in the Castle Byers and stuff. But I overall really, really love this season, and I highly recommend you all seeing it. Now, it is darker, a lot darker than the last 2, in my opinion, so you might want to think about it before watching it, but it is so good. And the characters are, once again, amazing. Their character development boosts up by 100 billion times. And this season just really paid off for me, and I'm very happy with it. Well, thank you all so much for listening to my review of Stranger Things Season 3. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you would like to see more reviews of my movie, put it down in the comments below. I saw King of the Monsters a while ago, and I was planning on reviewing it, but I didn't. And same with Get Out, and the Zac Efron Ted Bundy movie. Extremely Wicked, Evil, and Violet, something like that. I can review that if you would like, because I saw that when that came out. I was really excited for it, because Zac Efron, and I'm interested in crime stuff. But thank you all so much for watching. Just put down in the comments below if you want to see any reviews on that sort of stuff. A Spider-Man Far From Home review will be coming out soon, I hope soon. But anyways, I just hope you have a wonderful, amazing day. So, goodbye!